I'm going to be talking about my crane, which I took out for Wednesday for practicing with. And so this is for my final major project. And so I booked some equipment out on Monday to practice with it because I might be using it for my documentary on St. Edmund. And so what I booked originally was a crane and a stabilizer because I got a camera at home. So I was just going to go to my sports centre, which is like just basically a big field with like a park in it. And I was going to go there and do some practice with it. When I came to pick the equipment up, I realised I had to get a tripod as well. And so I booked a tripod there and then. I then also realised that I didn't have enough hands or strength to bring all the equipment home with me. And so I got rid of the stabilizer just because I couldn't really carry it as well as the crane and the tripod because they're all really heavy. And so that was like, I was pretty bummed out about that. I wanted to use the stabilizer as well. It's like a hand stabilizer, it's just I couldn't use it because I don't really have enough hands for it. And so I booked it out for Wednesday, but I picked it up on Thursday evening after maths. And so I picked up, got home, and then so it's for Wednesday, and I was going to bring it back on Thursday. Wednesday, right, so I had a look at it when I woke up. I had a little brief look at it before I had like a rest for the day. And so come Wednesday, I got the crane and went outside to see how to set up and things. And so I had a little look online to see how to set up because I've never used one before. And it's quite an old crane, so there was no real tutorials for it. But I managed to get there in the end. I realised that you had to screw it into the tripod bit and how it all fit together. And so I managed to get it set up. I put it outside my garden, attached my camera to it. But then when I started to use it, it was pretty heavy and it's pretty easy to use. You just like move it around. It's pretty stable, but some things are a bit wobbly, probably because I've never used it before. So yeah, when I had a first look at it, I had literally no idea how it's supposed to go together. But I did get there in the end, and so I packed it all back and put it in the bag, and then I went to the sports centre. I booked with Fran because we both live in Rougham, so we both went down there, and she helped me out with setting it up and having a try with it really. And so I got quite a few clips of it. That's something else. So these are some of the practice things I got in my garden. Oh. There we go. It's quite wobbly. This is my first time using it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, so and so yeah, it was pretty wobbly. So if I was, and I didn't really know what to do with the camera eye for the ISO and things, and so I had a little try of it at home. That's fine. And then we went to the sports centre, as I said, with Fran. She was there. We then managed to set it up again. I showed her how to set it up in case she ever wanted to use it. And so when we got there, we were just playing around with it. Some of the shots we got with these. got this one that's going up around the side. I was having a little play with it with the autofocus on, and there she is. Just in case you didn't believe me. So it was okay to use because you can just lift it around and use the weight to go down, which I managed to do. I like the idea of going down at the bottom and then lifting up a bit. So it's still again a bit wobbly, and I was still pretty new to it, and so I'm pretty excited about getting the new equipment. This crane, I've heard about it being done, never used it, and so yeah. But when I got to it, I was a bit, what was it, precautious because I didn't want to set it up wrong and break it or something. And I thought, well, I did break something, but it happened to be the right bit. I did not see that last time. Why is it like that? Quick turn over. Where is it? Where did we get a different shot? Here it is. So I was following it up here. I can say Fran did help. Emotional support. She did this one, which is just going through leaves and things. Oh, so that's something else. And so, if I get the equipment out again, I'll definitely know how to use it the next time. And will I use it for my production? Probably not, just because it's a bit annoying to use and it was more trouble than it was worth, really. And so it's a bit confusing about setting up as well. You have to unscrew certain parts and put it in differently, and there was missing a screw when I got it, so it was a bit wonky from that. And the tripod kept leaning down because of the weight of the whole thing. It's kind of messed up a bit. So yeah, this is just my practicing. So it's experiments. And so yeah, that's this vlog. I'm going to be talking about the rest I did in a different vlog. And so yeah.